Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and today's topic of discussion is gonorrhea. So let's discuss about it. It is a communicable sexually transmitted disease. The natural host of this disease is humans. It is caused by Neisseria gonorrhea. The sites which are commonly affected are mucous lining of urethra, cervix, conjunctiva, pharynx and rectum. It is more common in homosexuals than heterosexuals and commonly involve unmarried teenagers. The incubation period of this disease is from 2 to 10 days. Now move on to symptomatology. In males, there is acute urethritis, dysuria, increased frequency of micturition, purulent discharge per urethra, and edema and erythema of urethra with purulent discharge. Balanitis in uncircumcised men. The chronic gonorrhea leads to painful inflammation and involve prostate, periurethra, and epididymis. Whereas in females, there is dysuria, vaginal discharge, abnormal menstrual bleeding, rectal discomfort. The infection may remain limited to cervix, which is known as chronic cervicitis, or may progress to involve uterus and fallopian tubes. And as we look into homosexuals, the asymptomatic renal infection in homosexual males is common, whereas asymptomatic pharyngeal infection is common in both hetero and homosexuals. So, as we move on to children, the neonates and young infants are at risk due to lack of immunity against gonococcal infections. The conjunctiva, pharynx, and respiratory tracts are commonly involved. The disseminated infection or disease, which is spread due to hematogenous spread, leads to arthritis, skin, tendons of hand and feet. The diagnosis can be done by various factors or by various methods. The first one is the direct isolation of the gram negative intracellular diplococci in strained smears of material obtained from urethra or vagina. The second one is by doing the culture of the organisms on selective media. The third one is by ELISA test. This is used to detect gonococcal antigen. The serological test is not done as there is lack of differentiation between past and recent infection. So now move on to complications. If occur in infants, it occurs mostly in infants, patients with low resistance and who remain without treatment for long time. So there are different complications in men and women, and this is of two types, local and systemic. So first we discuss about local. There is prostatitis, acute epididymitis, periurethral abscess in males, whereas in female there is a salpingitis, premature birth, pelvic inflammation. Now move on to systemic. Males include arthritis and bacteremia. The females include perihepatitis and pustular eruptions. Now if we talk about the prophylaxis, no vaccine is made, so there is only how we can prevent the gonorrhea by using the condoms. Prophylactic antibiotics taken immediately reduce the risk but not recommended for general public use. So if we move on to the treatment in this first one is for penicillin sensitive uncomplicated gonorrhea, and this single dose of antimicrobial is sufficient. The drug regimen is a single IM injection to 2.4 gram procaine plus 1 gram of probenecid orally, or oral amoxicillin 2 to 3 gram, or 3.5 ampicillin plus 1 gram probenecid orally. And we do effective regimen. The first one is gamifloxacin 320 mg single dose plus azithromycin 2 gram as single dose. The second one is gentamicin 240 mg IM injection plus azithromycin 2 gram as single dose or cotrimazole 400 plus 80 mg 8 tablets orally. The second one is for penicillin resistant gonorrhea, cefotaxime 0.5 to 1 gram IM a single dose or cefixime orally 400 mg a single dose or ceftriaxone 250 mg IM a single dose or spectinomycin 2 to 4 gram IV IM a single dose can be given. In the uncomplicated urogenital anorectal infection, ceftriaxone 500 mg IM once or cefoxitin 2 gram IV once plus 1 gram probenecid orally or cefotaxime 500 mg IM given. And in the last, for gonorrheal with complication, in this the patient is hospitalized. Aqueous crystalline penicillin G 10 million units IV daily for 5 days can be given, or we should give ceftriaxone 1 gram IV 8 hourly for 7 days, ciprofloxacin 500 mg twice a day for 5 days, ceftriaxone 1 gram IV daily for 5 days, followed by cefixime 200 mg bid orally for 3 to 5 days. Thank you. If you really like this video, then please go and subscribe to my channel, and if you have any queries, then please mention it in the comment section.